direct. I stay with my sword, I'm ready whenever. It's the end of the world.
A job, these Deuteronomy 10:12. It comes with a job, you gotta know something, right? What do you think that job is? Once you figure out you're an Israelite, what do you think you gotta do?
You say it one more time.
Once you figure out you're an Israelite, what do you think you have to do?
I don't know.
We don't know, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to teach you. You figured out today, you're not just black. You're from the tribe of Judah. The same tribe as Jesus Christ. That's where you from, right? Now we got to figure out what's our job as being Israelites, because it's one thing to know it, but then once you know it, you got a job to do. Let's read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
See how he always talking to Israel, not the whole world. He said, now Israel.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What's your job requirements once you know you're Israel? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So you got to fear the God, Lord, you got to love him, you got to walk and do his ways with all your heart and all your soul, right? Which means to do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So you got to keep the commandments of the Lord, because you remember them curses we read. Why did we get the curses? For breaking the commandments of the Lord, he put curses on us, right? He said, now your job as an Israelite is to keep the commandments of the Lord. Why?
Which I command thee this day for thy good.
For thy good. It's going to be good things that happen to you if you keep the commandments of the Lord. If you break them, you're going to get curses. You keep them, good things are going to happen to you, right? Sound like a good deal, right? You want God to give you something, you got to do what he wants you to do.
Bring it up.
That's how it works, right? Let's see read this. Let's see one law says that we can see you're breaking that you got to start keeping if you're going to get to the heaven, right? Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
It says the woman shall not wear that which pertains or belongs to a man. What do our sisters wear that belongs to men?
When we wear that belong to men.
Right. It ain't that hard, sis.
Pants.
Pants, right? God said the woman should not wear it, because if you wear the pants, what I'm supposed to wear? It's a difference in dress that a man's supposed to have from a woman, right? If you go to the bathroom and it's no name, it's no letters on the door, how do you know which bathroom to go in? The woman got what on? A dress, because that's what belongs to a woman, right? What else he say?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
And a man ain't supposed to be in no woman's garment either, right? Tyler Perry, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, all them putting that dress on. God said, nah, man ain't supposed to be in a woman's garment. What's that?
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Whoever does that is an abomination to God. God hates that thing. When a man is in a dress and a woman is in pants, right? So, do you want to be hated by God? No, so what you gotta do, sis? If you're gonna go according to the commandment, what you gotta do?
What's the first thing I do? Take off my pants.
You put on a skirt, right? Put on a skirt. Not just any skirt, because, give me 1 Timothy. Because we see our sisters in skirts, but it ain't always good skirts to wear. No, right? If you put it on up pretty skin tight, that ain't what he said to wear. Watch, we're gonna clarify it. Watch this.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9.
1 Timothy 2 and 9. We're going to show, because a lot of our people will say, hey, sis, you got to start wearing pants and put on a dress or a skirt. And they'll go put the shortest skirt on and say, oh, I'm righteous. No, let's see what the Bible says. Watch this.
1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
He said the woman adorn herself or dress herself in modest apparel. What does modest mean, sis?
Respectful.
Respectful, right? Not drawing sexual attention. So when you put on a dress, should it be tight fitting? No, it got to be a loose fitting down to the feet gown, right? That's what God wants his princesses in, right? Because that shows what? Your body is who? Who is a woman supposed to be showing her body to? Every man that passed by? Her husband. That body belongs to your husband, right? But what's the first thing most sisters do when they put on their pants? Look at where at? Just look in the mirror and say, oh, I look beautiful. What they do, sis?
Yeah, you know what they do.
They turning all to the side looking back at it. That's what God said. No, don't do that. That's for your man. If you dress sexy in the bedroom for your man, all praise to the Most High. But I ain't supposed to know what your shape look like. It ain't my business. I got a wife. That's my business. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing God told his people to do, right? Did you know today was the Sabbath day?
No.
No, right? A lot of our people don't know today's the Sabbath. That's why all the stores is popping today, right? But what are we supposed to do on the Sabbath day? Rest, right? And rest, what else? This is other things we got to do, right? But our people don't know, right? Because the church will tell you got to keep the 10 commandments, right? The fourth commandment is remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. But our people go to church, they don't even know how to keep it holy. The church don't even keep the Sabbath day holy. But guess what, sis? You got to run into the prophet. So today, you're going to learn how to keep the Sabbath day holy because we want you to make it to heaven. Let's see how to make it. 20 and 2.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So he said on the Sabbath day. So he said, remember the Sabbath day. 6 days you labor and do all your work. So the Sabbath starts Friday sundown until Saturday sundown. So any day outside of that, you can labor and do all your work. Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But the seventh day from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath of the Lord our God. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
In it you shouldn't be doing any work. So the first rule on the Sabbath, there should be no work done, right? But with these stores being open, that means somebody working the stores, right? So that's already breaking the Sabbath day, right? And a lot of them that's working the stores claim they Christians, but they never heard that a day in their life. That's why we got to come. That's why the Most High had to send prophets out to teach the law, because ain't nobody else gonna teach it like this, right? Let's see what else he said we not supposed to do on the Sabbath day. Read.
The book of Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
So he said if the people of the land bring ware, food or any item on the Sabbath day to sell, what?
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on a holy day.
We ain't supposed to buy it from them on the Sabbath or on a holy day. So today is the Sabbath day. So should any of these stores have any blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in it, according to the Bible? No, right? This is the reason why we get put in the ghettos. This is the reason why our kids get taken. This is the reason why we got to go there for all things, because we don't follow the simple things that God told us to do, right? What else he said? So right now, you ain't supposed to work on the Sabbath. You ain't supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath. What else we ain't supposed to do?
The book of Exodus chapter 16 and verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So as he's talking right here, he says tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath. So he would have been talking right here on a Friday, right? And he's telling you tomorrow is the Sabbath day. He's going to tell you what to do.
Unto the Lord, bake that which ye will bake today, and seed that ye will seed.
He said bake what you're going to bake today, and seed or boil what you're going to boil on Friday. That means what? Do all your cooking on Friday, right?
And that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning.
And then the leftovers you have, you save that for the morning, and you eat that tomorrow. Because on the Sabbath, ain't no cooking on the Sabbath, right? So you can eat sandwiches, you can eat cereal, you can eat salads, all those type of things. You eat leftovers. Can't heat them up, but you can do that. But we've done that before. It ain't like all our lives we just cooked every single day. Most people don't even cook every single day. But then you get to the Sabbath and they got an issue with that rule. You don't even cook on Monday through Friday. So on a Saturday, just don't cook. Eat leftovers, eat a sandwich, eat cereal, right? So God said don't buy or sell, don't work, don't cook. That sound hard to do? No, right? Give me Leviticus 23. Hebrews 10:25. Let's see what else God told us to do on the Sabbath day, right? Because our people got to learn these things, right? These are the things that got us in slavery. These are the things that got us living in the ghetto, right? So now we got to learn how to get out of these situations. And one way is by remembering the Sabbath day.
Right. Read. The book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
He said, don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together. That means you got to gather together, especially on the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day is one day all the Israelites are supposed to gather together and get in this Bible. That's why we come out on Saturdays and teach every Saturday to our people to tell them, hey, come back to God. This is how we get back to God, by keeping his commandments, learning you an Israelite, learning what you got to do as an Israelite, right? Read.
As the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more. And ye see the day approaching.
Right, he said exhorting one another, lifting each other up like sis. You more than a crayon and a color box.
Right.
You're not black.
Right.
You're the chosen people on this earth. You got the same blood as Jesus Christ in you.
That's right.
God loves you more than anybody on the planet Earth. The reason we're in the conditions is because we break God's commandments. So sis, you got to dress like a woman. Start putting on that dress. Look like a princess of God. You're a princess on this earth.
That's right.
You're supposed to dress like it. How many princes do you see on Disney dressed like hoes? That ain't how princes act. And you're a princess on this earth. You got to dress like it, act like it, walk like it, talk like it. That's what God is telling you. He said, exhort. You see them wars popping off over there? Them wars, that's our salvation.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word